and attachment completely to Allah. And when our attachment to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is intact, then our love of everything else will be intact, because it ultimately flows from the love of Allah down. So the remembrance of Allah Azza wa Jalla is very important, brothers and sisters. And for us to do that, we have many times in the rest of the year that we raise our voices for other things. But like the brother said, if we can all fall in unison to the remembrance of Allah Azza wa Jalla, and this is in a symbolic gesture of also to falling in unison in our lives to the remembrance of Allah. Inshallah ta'ala. And this is very important. So, many times we make it Allahu Akbar, Allahu Akbar. We should raise. And inshallah ta'ala, if everybody can begin to move up a little bit, inshallah ta'ala. If everybody from the men's side, if you can begin to move up, and also too from the sister side, inshallah ta'ala. If everybody can move up, okay. So nobody's moving. Nobody's moving. Okay, there you go. Inshallah ta'ala, if we can start to move up a little bit. You know what I mean? This is to everybody. Everybody in the back row there, we can move up. We can have some room. It's okay. It's only for one day that we this close to each other. Inshallah ta'ala. There we go. Alhamdulillah. Alhamdulillah. The people in the back, if we just move up just a little bit, inshallah ta'ala, in just a little while, we'll do that. I forgot my piece of paper. Inshallah ta'ala. Right here. Oh, there it is. Okay, alhamdulillah. Allahu Akbar, Allahu Akbar, Allahu Akbar. La ilaha illallah. Allahu Akbar, Allahu Akbar. Walillahil hamd. Allahu Akbar, Allahu Akbar, Allahu Akbar. La ilaha illallah. Allahu Akbar, Allahu Akbar. Walillahil hamd. Allahu Akbar, Allahu Akbar, Allahu Akbar. La ilaha illallah. Allahu Akbar, Allahu Akbar. Walillahil hamd. Allahu Akbar, Allahu Akbar, Allahu Akbar. La ilaha illallah. Allahu Akbar, Allahu Akbar. Walillahil hamd. Allahu Akbar, Allahu Akbar, Allahu Akbar. La ilaha illallah. Allahu Akbar, Allahu Akbar. Walillahil hamd. Allahu Akbar, Allahu Akbar, Allahu Akbar. La ilaha illallah. Allahu Akbar, Allahu Akbar. Walillahil hamd. Allahu Akbar, Allahu Akbar, Allahu Akbar. La ilaha illallah. Allahu Akbar, Allahu Akbar. Walillahil hamd. Allahu Akbar, Allahu Akbar, Allahu Akbar. La ilaha illallah. Allahu Akbar, Allahu Akbar. Walillahil hamd. Allahu Akbar, Allahu Akbar, Allahu Akbar. La ilaha illallah. Allahu Akbar, Allahu Akbar. Walillahil hamd. Allahu Akbar, Allahu Akbar, Allahu Akbar. La ilaha illallah. Allahu Akbar, Allahu Akbar. Walillahil hamd. Assalamu alaikum. Hold on, just before catch everybody before they get to the next one, inshallah. Okay, so in 5 minutes, inshallah, we're going to begin the prayer. Inshallah ta'ala, maybe for the last one, we'll do the longer one, inshallah ta'ala. And in the Eid khutbah, we'll go over the commentary of actually the Eid Takbeer and what that kind of means. But I want to put everybody, before we go into the Salat, they say that the key to Salat is actually your wudu. The key to prayer is your wudu. Your wudu and your preparation for the prayer will ultimately dictate where you are in your prayer. So inshallah ta'ala, in this moment before we begin, I want everybody to really focus in on the adhkar, on the dhikr of Allah Azza wa Jalla when we do this. Because your state dictates the state of this world. Again, your state dictates the state of this world. And so us as a Muslim ummah, as a community, have to elevate our states to help combat some of the craziness in this world. That's ultimately where it comes from. We are the last line of defense or hope for humanity. This is the real reality. And so when we're focusing, the Prophet ﷺ said a beautiful thing about gatherings like this, that these are gardens of Jannah. These are little pastures of Jannah. So now you're sitting in the garden of Jannah. Isn't that an amazing thing? That the Prophet ﷺ said, when you see a garden of Jannah, partake in it. And the companion said, Ya Rasulullah, like, what's a garden of Jannah? He said, the remembrance of Allah, the groups of the remembrance of Allah. So this is your reality. You're sitting in that. You're replicating what the Prophet ﷺ talked about. This is a beautiful gift from Allah Azza wa Jalla to you. No matter what your state may have been, no matter what it may have been, you came here today, you were invited by Allah. Whether it be via your father, via your mother, via your upbringing, whatever, you were invited by Allah here. So for the last 2 minutes, inshallah ta'ala, everybody just focus and put in your mind and your heart that you are in a garden of Jannah and that you're going to take the blessings out of here today and you're going to bring them into the world, inshallah ta'ala. Really focus in on these last moments. Allah has beautified you today. You came here beautiful. You smell good. Alhamdulillah, I passed around some of the attar from Medina. As Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala has blessed you with that, inshallah ta'ala. So let's just begin real quick because we're in about 2 minutes, we're going to begin, inshallah ta'ala. Allahu Akbar, Allahu Akbar, Allahu Akbar. La ilaha illallah. Allahu Akbar, Allahu Akbar. Walillahil hamd. Allahu Akbar, Allahu Akbar. Allahu Akbar. La ilaha illallah. Allahu Akbar, Allahu Akbar. Walillahil hamd. Allahu Akbar kabira. Walhamdulillahi kathira. وسبحان الله بكرة وأصيلا لا إله إلا الله وحده صدق وعده ونصر عبده وعز جنده وهزم الأحزاب وحده لا إله إلا الله ولا نعبد إلا إياه مخلصين له الدين ولو كره الكافرون اللهم صل على سيدنا محمد وعلى آل سيدنا محمد وعلى أنصار سيدنا محمد وعلى أبصار سيدنا محمد وعلى أزواج سيدنا محمد وعلى ذرية سيدنا محمد وسلم تسليما كثيرا رب اغفر لي ولوالدي رب ارحمهما كما ربياني صغيرا. Allah bless you. Alhamdulillah. Inshallah ta'ala, in about 1 minute we're going to begin. Just a review real quick. Inshallah ta'ala, different places you go, you're going to see the Prophet ﷺ did the Eid a little bit different, but it's always just an odd number. So there's going to be altogether 8 and 6 takbirat. So what do I mean by that? The first initial takbir is going to be counted, well, I'm going to tell you it's 8, but it's 7 and 5 after that. So the first one, you're going to see Allahu Akbar, and then 7 more after that, inshallah ta'ala. Then there'll be the recitation of Al-Fatiha, and then a short surah, inshallah ta'ala. Then in the second rakat, there will be a takbir when we get up, and there will be 5 more after that, inshallah ta'ala. And now, if for some reason I make a mistake on the takbir and anything, that's okay. So you didn't lose your prayer or anything like that. That's an extra. But it's going to be 7 and 5, just to let everybody know, because sometimes that ends up happening. Somebody forgets, it's natural, but it's just extra takbir. The fard of it is actually, or the mandatory part is obviously Al-Fatiha, and then obviously the positions of the prayer, inshallah ta'ala. So again, the first one is going to be 8, and then the first rakat, so Allahu Akbar, then 7 after that. Okay? There'll be a short pause in between. Then in the second rakat, there's going to be 6. Allahu Akbar for the initial get up, and then 5 after that, inshallah ta'ala. Okay? So everybody knows, because I know some people aren't familiar, we only do it once a year, inshallah ta'ala. And there's different ways when you go different places that you see that. So in just 1 minute, inshallah ta'ala, we will begin, inshallah ta'ala. No, this should begin, right? Yeah. Okay, let's begin.
Yeah, if you can.
That's what I'm saying. I can't see them.
Oh, okay. Let me change it. Let me check.
Tell them we're going to begin. All right, inshallah ta'ala. Just make sure. Is everybody moved away from, I just want to make sure that for safety protocol, is everybody away from the door? Ahmed, can I see you? Ready? Okay, can more move over this side? We're going to, Ahmed, are we good to begin? All right, if more people can move, we're good? Okay, inshallah ta'ala. If everybody can stand, inshallah ta'ala. Yeah, go ahead. Yeah, please, inshallah. All right, everybody get straight in line. Everybody can straighten the lines, please. Straighten the lines. Inshallah ta'ala. Straighten the lines. We still have people coming in from the back. Inshallah ta'ala. Try to make room for them as much as possible, please. Oh, that's okay for me. Thank you. Inshallah, I'll get it after. Inshallah ta'ala will begin. Allahu Akbar. 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 Bismillahir Rahmanir Rahim. Alhamdulillahi Rabbil Alameen. Ar-Rahmanir Rahim. Malik Yawmiddin. إياك نعبد وإياك نستعين اهدنا صراط المستقيم صراط الذين أنعمت عليهم غير المغضوب عليهم ولا الضالين آمين إنا أعطيناك الكوثر فصل لربك وانحر إن شانئك هو الأبتر الله أكبر سمع الله لمن حمده الله أكبر الله أكبر الله أكبر Allahu Akbar. Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Alhamdulillahi Rabbil Alameen. Ar-Rahmanir-Rahim. Malik Yawmiddin. إياك نعبد وإياك نستعين اهدنا صراط المستقيم صراط الذين أنعمت عليهم غير المغضوب عليهم ولا الضالين آمين قل هو الله أحد الله الصمد لم يلد ولم يولد ولم يكن له كفوا أحد الله أكبر سمع الله لمن حمده الله أكبر الله أكبر الله أكبر الله أكبر السلام عليكم ورحمة الله السلام عليكم ورحمة الله It's okay. الله أكبر الله أكبر الله أكبر لا إله إلا الله الله أكبر الله أكبر ولله الحمد الله أكبر الله أكبر الله أكبر لا إله إلا الله الله أكبر الله أكبر ولله الحمد. Assalamu alaikum. Just before I begin the khutbah, to address that situation. Huh? محمد وعلى آله وصحبه وسلم تسليما كثيرا. يا أيها الذين آمنوا اتقوا الله حق تقاته ولا تموتون إلا وأنتم مسلمون. أما بعد. Just to address something really quickly, inshallah ta'ala. If a person makes a mistake in the salat like that, and they miss in the Hanafi method, there is one aspect of making this the prostration of forgetfulness. But in this aspect, this is a sunnah, it's not a fard aspect. If everybody understands. So the fard aspect was completed. I made a mistake. What ended Ta'ala. There's a difference of opinion in these things, inshallah ta'ala. So be confirmed that your salah is valid. And I apologize. And that is my fault as an imam, inshallah ta'ala, to keep everybody into consideration. So I'm letting you know what internally happened to me, and then you'll understand this. And this is a good learning lesson for us all, inshallah ta'ala. Alhamdulillah, may Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala bless all of you for coming today, and I apologize for the disturbance, but this is a great lesson, alhamdulillah. May Allah Azza wa Jal reward you for all that you have done during this time of Dhul Hijjah, these 10 days, inshallah ta'ala. And Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala has gathered us here today in the remembrance of Him. And there's a beautiful thing in the takbirat that we should remember. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala has taught us to say Allahu Akbar, Allahu Akbar, Allahu Akbar, La ilaha illallah from the tongue of the Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam. Allahu Akbar, walillahil hamd. That Allah is the greatest, that Allah is greater than everything that we can possibly conceive within our lives. And this deeper meaning behind this is when we say Allahu Akbar, that the reality is that everything around us is because of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Whether it be your emotions, whether it be your instances in which you begin to go through life, the experiences and the emotions that you have, your family around you, the day and the colors and the night, and everything that you see within your life is because of Allah Azza wa Jal. And this is a beautiful thing to remember. And also to La ilaha illallah, there is no God but Allah, pushing out any form, pushing out anything that may attach us to this temporary world and have us forget about the hereafter. The hereafter is the most important. This is just a bridge. This life, again, is just a bridge. It's a bridge to the next world. It's a bridge to the infinite realm. It's a bridge to that everlasting peace that you're actually looking for in this life. And the only way to achieve that is through the way of the Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam. And the reality of this group has to go on within inside the steps of your life. The reality of this group has to go on in your personal life, in your family life, in your social life, in your professional life. The remembrance of Allah needs to be infused within every single aspect of your life for things to be in line. And when that begins to happen, you get what they call tawfiq. That means providential guidance from Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. True guidance. And then your actions become something that lasts not only during the duration of your time, but also too after you pass. And they become a legacy. They become something that you pass on and gives light to other people in their life. It's kind of like the khatib mentioned, and I'll end in this and then sit, inshallah ta'ala. It's like the khatib mentioned in the Friday khutbah. And it's a beautiful thing to reflect upon. I reflect upon it all night. On Friday, for anybody who was here, the brother Nuh mentioned an amazing thing. He was someplace in St. Louis, traveling. He hadn't eaten for the whole day, nor did he have any money to eat that day or maybe the next day, because I know him personally. And he began to travel, and he went and sat in the masjid, and he was hungry, but he had too much pride to ask anybody for anything. And he's sitting next to a man who enacts the way of who? Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam. The man says, takes his sandwich, and he has half a sandwich, so he takes half of a sandwich, breaks it in half, and gives him a piece, and said, no, enough for one is enough for two. And he said the man didn't even know that he had not eaten all day, nor was he going to be able to eat all day, nor did he have any money. And he said it was the best sandwich that he ever ate in his life. And that's what you can pass on to other people, inshallah ta'ala, in your life, through the way of Muhammad sallallahu alayhi wa sallam. Allahumma agfir lil mu'minin wa mu'minat. بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم والحمد لله رب العالمين وصلى الله على سيدنا محمد وعلى آله وصحبه وسلم تسليما كثيرا. بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم والعصر إن الإنسان لفي خسر إلا الذين آمنوا وعملوا الصالحات وتواصوا بالحق وتواصوا بالصبر. Alhamdulillah. So, just to conclude again, inshallah ta'ala, in the first, for anybody who didn't catch it, inshallah ta'ala, the way of Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam is the way to your salvation. By remembering Allah and His Messenger sallallahu alaihi wasallam, that's where the true peace is felt. And just to conclude, and as we're going to leave before the dua is made, inshallah ta'ala, please, anybody go out to, I believe this side, are we going out this side? Going out this side, and then for the sisters and everybody who's on that side, you go out to that exit, and then begin to go downstairs for the actual festivities. We have cake, sandwiches, coffee, and things of that nature, inshallah ta'ala. But begin the process of going out after the dua is made. And please do everything in a filed way. Be careful. There's a lot of people here. Alhamdulillah. And may Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala bless all of you, inshallah ta'ala. إن الله وملائكته يصلون على النبي يا أيها الذين آمنوا صلوا عليه وسلموا تسليما اللهم صل على سيدنا محمد عبدك ورسولك النبي الأمي وعلى آله وصحبه وسلم تسليما بقدر عظمات ذاتك في كل وقت وحين اللهم اهدنا فيمن هديت وعافنا فيمن عافيت وتولنا فيمن توليت وبارك لنا فيما أعطيت وقنا شر ما قضيت فإنك تقضي ولا يقضى عليك وإنه لا يذل من واليت ولا يعز من عاديت تباركت ربنا وتعاليت اللهم اغفر للمؤمنين والمؤمنات ومسلمين ومسلمات ومحسنين ومحسنات الأحياء منهم والأموات، وصلى الله على سيدنا محمد أشرف الأنبياء والمرسلين وعلى آله وصحبه وسلم تسليما كثيرا. ربنا أتنا في الدنيا حسنة وفي الآخرة حسنة وقنا عذاب النار وادخلنا الجنة مع الأبرار يا عزيز يا غفار برحمتك يا أرحم الراحمين. اللهم آمين. السلام عليكم ورحمة الله تعالى وبركاته. What? Yeah, I understand that.